And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game number one of the last series of Group C in this group stage. It's Mineski versus Ehome, and well, we're just gonna hop right into it. It's gonna be a good one, Draskell, right?
Yeah, I think, like I said before, this is gonna be the best series of the day, according to skill levels being equal and all that. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's go.
Let's go. And we see the Naga banned out every game versus Mineski. I myself haven't seen him play it. I should probably watch a replay. But if VP and Ehome are first banning it versus you, you must be doing something right with that hero.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Naga is one of those heroes that always seems to be like, it's in the meta sort of, because if you're good on the hero, you can bring it into a game and it's going to seem pretty good. But I'm personally not sold on like the individual, because we haven't seen him play it either, right? Like, I think in the first phase bans, they let it through, and I haven't even seen them pick it. So I don't know if they feel like it's even worth picking, or if they just haven't researched like if they're playing it in the other games. I mean, they probably have, but who knows? It's just preference, I guess.
Yeah, and on the other side, Elder Titan as well as Undying banned out. We didn't see any Undying last series. Ehome seems to like... we watched him play 2 days ago, though, and, well, they lost, but that hero's just garbage, so it's whatever. Just kidding. It's really not.
We were the big Undying haters.
Yeah.
The 8-minute hero. Yeah, but it's one of those things where, again, it's comfort, and it can secure a lane pretty well. And if it's just going to be a 5 position and it's just going to die a bunch, there are worse heroes, you know, because it drops a tombstone, it uses the flesh golem, has a lot of HP, makes you cast abilities on him. Like, I can see the appeal.
Yeah, same. And there's going to be the mag. We've been seeing this hero pretty much either just ignored or first picked. You don't really see it after that first phase, and it leaves a lot open, right? But it feels like first picking that Magnus, it already feels like it hurts your lanes. I don't know if it's just me, but right, how Magnus is played, he just kind of sits there and empowers and, you know, shockwave pulls.
Yeah, well, I think it's a nice pick into Mineski especially, because the other day we got a chance to watch Mineski play a few times, and they do like themselves some mag. They like picking it, pairing it with an Ajay hero, and playing around him, because he, like, for the most part, minus the one PA game, he's had pretty stellar performances all throughout. So I think it's a nice thing to take away from Mineski, and it's also definitely something that a lot of teams are still familiar with playing themselves.
Yep. And, well, is this a Slardar, my friend? It's banned, so it can't be. It's going to be a Bounty Hunter. And I think if you leave Leshrac in the pool anytime versus Mineski, they're going to take it.
Yeah, I think Leshrac is just going to be, like,
he's good.
The hero in a tournament, you know?
Yeah, it's feeling that way, right? From the games at least we've watched. And it's interesting, right? Because VP banned out Leshrac versus him, but Ehome bans out the Slardar. Like, well, why would you ban the Slardar over Lesh? Like, do you have any... Like, what do
it's the itemization issue, I think, for a lot of teams. So if you're buying a hero that really wants to... if you're picking a hero that really wants to buy BKB, then a lot of the time it makes sense to ban Slardar if you're not going to build like a Manta, or your team doesn't want to make a Lotus or whatever, because the corrosive haze becomes a huge problem. You know, take a note from the game earlier we saw where no one was just getting chunked because all he had was a BKB and he was playing Outworld Devourer, and he was just getting ran at. So it's like, it's a hero that it offers a lot of laning potential, obviously. It's really hard to itemize against. It doesn't really offer the same push, but it's also catch. So they're different troubles that your team would have to deal with. Leshrac is like I'm going to do a ton of damage, I push towers really fast, my lane's pretty good. And Sardar's like, my lane's good, but I don't push at all. I just enable Roche, and I do annoying itemization thanks to your course.
All right, and, well, we got a Bounty Hunter as well. We've seen a little bit of this hero. We've seen this hero fail, right? That was the game VP lost when Pasha played it, right? And it did not look good.
Yeah, it was Pasha, and he definitely had some chain feeding, but at the same time, I think it was tough because they also opened with the bounty. So whenever you open a hero, you can make the assumption that if any hero is going to have a bad game, it's usually going to be one picked in the first 2.
Yeah.
So the reason why bounty is still like picked so often in the first 2 is because he still offers the track, he still gives vision, he's still a hero that can very easily place wards. Even in a bad game, he's still going to give you some like concrete advantage, right? So I get it. Like, Bounty Hunter, I still value pretty highly as well. Maybe not as high as Lesh, but he's up there.
Yeah, and then the Oracle gets snapped up after that. You just get it. It's a nice save. You purge off the track still, right?
Yeah, you can dispel track for sure. I would say that it's not a good lane,
Yeah.
for the Oracle, because you don't really want to skill Fate's Edict before like level 4 if you can absolutely help it, because you want 2 points into the Fortune's End, and you want 1 point into Fortune's End, 2 into Purifying Flames for the max damage. And Bounty Hunter's going to run up to you and he's going to hit you, and that's super annoying for Oracle. He does not deal with that well in the laning phase, especially when heroes like Bounty can start with either Stout, they can start Boots. We've seen a whole plethora of starting items on that hero, and now it looks like Mineski going to go ahead and pick themselves up a Wyvern. So definitely anticipating a more physical damage-oriented hero if that was going to be their pick. Maybe they were thinking of deterring like a PA, for example. That probably would have been the go-to since it's not currently banned right now. But instead, I'm going to go with the Ember.
Yep, and we've seen... Well, we've actually talked about this hero a bunch, and I mean, it lost the game we watched too, right? Like, this hero, it's good. I mean, teams are picking it, but it just doesn't win games for some reason.
Yeah, we saw the safe lane Ember earlier. I think Moon played it, right?
Yeah,
and
I believe so. Yeah, it was.
I don't even think the game was on Ember. That's the thing. Like, I watched that game and I was like, I mean, the Ember isn't really owning or anything, but at the same time, I feel like I think that was a game where they lost like 2 other lanes or something, and it was a tall order to bring that one back. But this time you have a mag, and anytime you have a mag and an Ember, you know you can delay the game. You know you're going to have a tremendous amount of wave clear. Your team fight's still going to be pretty darn good. And you still haven't picked your Empower core yet, so your options are pretty wide open at this point, I feel.
Yeah. Well, why do you snatch up this? Like, we saw the Winter Wyvern last time, right? When they played against like the Enigma, made a little more sense. Is this a comfort pick, or you think it was like a deny pick, kind of not deny, but like denies other picks?
So it does a couple of things. One, it's pretty good in lane. If you like, we talked about the Splinter Blast build versus the Arctic Burn build. You can do either one. And then during the mid game, it's nice to have a hero that sits in the back against teamfight ultimates. So when we saw a series earlier, it was Wyvern versus Enigma in the game where Roger just got smashed. Like, he couldn't do anything that game, right? So it's kind of the same against Magnets in that it counters his sort of blink RP during like the mid game. And if he can't go in and he can't ever cast RP, then he's basically only in Empower, right? And then the fight becomes more of a positional game instead of just who has, the better team fight ultis. So I'm liking the Wyvern in the sense that it really takes away from what Magnus can do in the game. And also, as we've already mentioned, it makes it a lot harder for them to just pick like this PA or another really high physical damage, like single target hero. Now you're thinking about, do I want like a Luna instead? Do I want maybe a Medusa or some hero that's going to play a different style of fight? Because a melee hero into Wyvern doesn't seem, well, and a Monkey King now too, I guess, and Lesh. Like, these heroes are actually quite hard to play melee into, so PA is going to be hard to play this game. I don't even know if they're going to pick it. Okay, there's the OD. So that's a good hero against pretty much everything that Mineski have.
Yeah.
It's pretty good against the Lesh for obvious reasons. You can burn his mana. That's the big thing. Like, Leshrac is so dependent on his mana pool. You cast the Sanities, and you hit that hero, his damage output's going to go through the floor. Like, he's not going to be able to cast any spells. You can put him in imprisonment or whatever. Same thing for anyone who gets Cold Embraced. It's bad to Cold Embrace against OD because you just steal a ton of int.
Yeah. And
you hit him like, 5, 6, 7 times, however much attack speed you have. And then the game gets really rough from there on out. And you're going to absolutely need BKBs on Mineski now. Just OD makes you have to buy BKB.
Yeah. Is there any chance this Magnus might not be 4? Could it move to the off lane or no?
I wouldn't say it's impossible, but at this point, they could do safe lane Ember. Yeah, they could do safe lane Ember, mid OD, mag off. But then what were you thinking about them taking if they were going to do a 3?
That's a question. It just feels like this last pick for them is going to be odd, right? Well, what do you want to see him pick in the off lane?
Something else that goes in would be nice.
Like,
in my opinion.
Do you want like to take damage, or you mean just like causes chaos?
Some hero that can do some chaotic stuff, like make the Wyvern uncomfortable in the game. Because right now I feel like they don't have that.
What about
the Ember
like
is the only
something like that?
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it. That's actually pretty nice because it's a hero that jumps the backline. It doesn't have a bad lane matchup. We could assume that the Monkey King or the Lesh at this point are going mid.
Yeah.
And that's most likely going to be the matchup against the OD. I'm actually leaning more towards the Monkey just because I've seen that matchup way more than I've seen the Lesh versus OD.
And Monkey doesn't do bad versus OD.
Yeah, I just like a hero that can go in here for Ehome. That's what I'm looking for.
All right. They are going to have their last ban before they choose theirs. Batrider banned out. I'm sure you'd have liked him. He really goes in, but...
Yeah, that's like the perfect pick, actually. That ban from Mineski is super good. That's why I was thinking like a hero that goes in, right? Because they ban Bat.
Yeah.
So they're scared of like another way of Ehome starting fights right now.
And Ehome,
because if it's just like if it's two teams walking at each other, Mineski are feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah.
Ehome are feeling a lot worse. They're like, oh god, how do we get an RP against this Wyvern? He's standing in the back. We can't get follow up. There's a Lesh and a Monkey King. They have good area control spells.
This is... They're taking their time here. They've got 15 Saints left on their reserve time. Mineski only 22. I mean, you definitely you need to win this series. If you're either of these teams, you're like, yo, we go to the winner bracket. Even if we have to play versus Secret, it's better than starting in the losers bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is the start of the journey for these teams. It's either going to be the journey from the upper bracket or the journey from the trenches, and no one wants to be down there, man. It's tough.
No one, yeah. Pugna actually gets banned out there. Obviously, pretty damn good versus OD.
So they still think it could be a mid pick from Mineski then?
Yeah.
For the Pugna ban.
Maybe they just thought Pugna was that good versus OD. They're like, let's just get rid of it.
Yeah, it is, but it's also because it can still go mid,
yeah,
right? Because you could easily run safe lane Monkey and then do like the Lesh off lane like we've been seeing, and then pick some last pick like Pugna mid against the OD, which is not really a great matchup for him. So Mirana,
I'm pretty sure they're just... I think Jin Q's the mid, not the mid player for the team, but I'm pretty sure they just ask him, what hero do you want to play, and they pick it for him, right? Same thing with the Queen of Pain, I think. Like, no one else plays these in those roles. Like, you see Mirana middle from, like, Sumail and Yawar, but pretty sure it's going to be an offlane one.
Ooh.
They go with the Lycan.
Another Lycan.
Are you... You don't sound as convinced with this Lycan. Like, when we've seen Lycans in the past, you're like, this is a good hero.
So... I think it's good and it's bad. It's good because during the mid game, the worst thing for an OD, like in the entire world, is just being ran at, right? He hates it. He freaking hates it. He has to like offensively imprison or defensively imprison to save himself. He hates doing that. He wants to be able to stand there and attack. Lycan and Monkey King make it so it's really hard to just stand still and hit. So I think in that sense, the Lycan it's good. But I don't know if he's going to have a very good lane. That's my reservation about it. Like, before, when we saw it in the previous match, where I was like, oh yeah, this is a great Lycan game, it's because I knew his lane was going to be good. I don't know if it's going to be good this game. And that's the problem with the hero. I was like, sure, he can recover, but if you give Ehome an inch this game with a Mag Ember, and they have like this Tricore thing going on, it's not going to bode well. So, is it going to find a lane? If it does, I think it's great. If it doesn't have a good lane, I think it's going to be really tough for Mineski.
Yeah. And it is going to be the offlane Mirana. So what does a Mirana provide from the offlane? Is she just going to sit in lane and arrow some big camps, or?
Yeah, it's pretty much just harass. Her laning phase is actually quite strong in a dual lane because her range is actually it's really good. She has an escape, very hard to kill, and you can't really like if they put Ajit in the safe lane, which I assume they're going to do at this point, or maybe they try to dodge. Maybe they try to dodge the Mag and the Mirana lane. So you're going to even have Empower on top of that, right? Mirana's great at trading. Very, very good in the lane. So
all right.
I think that's mainly the reason they picked it. They just want a hero that was going to be able to contribute a lot in the lane. Moonlight Shadow is a nice teamfight utility as well. It's kind of like a secondary smoke that you kind of get. And like you mentioned before, you can arrow like jungle camps and stuff. But they also imprison into the arrow. That's also a combo, and with the searing chains as well. So like slight chain arrow or imprison arrow. A lot of good setup for these fights. And it does kind of give them another way of initiating fights that I was kind of talking about, the hero that goes in. He goes for the arrow after another ability, and that forces the fight, right? Yeah. So like if the Wyvern has to walk forward because some guy just got domed by an arrow, then all of a sudden that guy's out of position. That's what you want. You just want to make the Wyvern commit, and then the fights become a lot easier.
Makes sense. So whose draft are you favoring? If you had to play one of these two?
Oh, this is a hard draft to pick, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Ehome's is easier, but I think that if Mineski pull off the lanes, that their draft becomes better. So I'll go Mineski. I think that if they can do okay in the lanes, I think their draft is better.
All right, and starting off, it's going to be 3 heroes bottom from Ehome. Looks like the Mag will go up top, like you said, with Jin Q. Maybe not. Looks like he was just taking the ward. See where he goes to put it. And then bottom, it is going to be that Winter Wyvern as well as Lycan. And, well, it seems like it should farm a lot, as you said, but it's not the most potent. Like, Pilot Die could get dove on a lot this game, right? It feels like you get hit by an arrow or a bola, you're just dead. It's all on his positioning.
Yeah, it's pretty scary for sure.
Well, looks like the runes are going to be 2 for 2 here unless Jinq steals some. But he won't even walk down the hill. He's like, I don't want to lose gold already. I don't feel like getting hit.
I'm surprised they actually dodged the lanes. So like Xinqiu's going top because I guess they don't want the Ember to lane against the Lesh and the Bounty, which is reasonable, right? But at the same time, the Lycan's going to have a much, much easier lane. I guess if they try lane, though, maybe that's not the case. We'll see. We'll see if the Mag sticks around.
Yeah, but we talked about Mag tri-lanes, too. We're not the biggest fans of them. It's just weird, right? You get boots first. You don't really have an ability that does much.
Yeah, it doesn't feel great, but at the same time, Mineski's tri-lane wouldn't be that good either.
Yeah.
So it's going to be either they stick the 2 top, or maybe they TP 1 hero bottom. Who knows?
Like, the thing is, right, do you even care about this tri-lane right now? It's not like they're getting any denies or anything crazy. Do you just keep it 2-1-2? Oh, and misses the skewer. Even now they know he has skewer level 1 as well.
Well, they're going to get the lane back. You can already tell that Mineski's lane's pushing out because they already have an extra range creep. So they're just going to try to control the lane, make sure that Ajit doesn't get to approach the wave. Yeah. This is one of the benefits of going aggro tries. There's so much more room between the 2 tier 1s that you can completely zone the safe laner if you play it right.
Oh man, but this Magnus gets beat down pretty hard. He will pick up a stick now. And they're going to pull it back, as you said, so top lane. That means it is a 2v1 lane, and I'm looking at KP. He's just over here. He's got a Janata under the tower. Bobs him once. Does miss the stun there on Febby. But already both of them level 2, and the Mirana just now hitting level 2 himself.
Yeah, it's going to be rough for him, but, you know, for the greater good.
Yeah.
He's just going to hope that this Ember can pop off and give him a mid-game.
Middle lane, what are we looking at? We're looking at Monkey King 6-3 versus 5-4 of the OD, so both of them farming, getting some denies. No one going too crazy yet.
Yeah, it's going to go in favor of the OD the later the lane goes, just because, again, more points into imprisonment, easier lane.
Yep. I thought Monkey did better, like level 1 and 2. Ooh, meanwhile, Febby does rotate bottom. He's actually just running at this Oracle, and he has no boots, but look at his move speed. He has 27 more move speed. Could he just chase him down and kill him here?
I mean, he doesn't have much mana, but some autos maybe.
Does have a stun, but doesn't want to run up that hill blindly. And it is, you were right, it's going to be a straight-up 3v3 lane bottom. A Lycan, Winter Wyvern, Lesh tri-lane versus Ember, Oracle, Magnus. To be honest, Rascal, I haven't heard of many of these tri-lanes, and uh-oh, someone gets caught out. It's Febby, and he gets brought back. It's an easy kill for Neverend there.
A little bit too far out of position. I mean, it's nice to have a mag in the tri-lane when you have a setup for the skewer. And Febby was just way, way far up in that situation, ends up getting punished for it. We'll have to see how the mid and the top lane go, because committing 3 heroes to this lane, obviously there's going to be a lot of action. But a lot of the time what dictates if a tri-lane is good or not is what the other lanes do as well, like in the 1v1s. So
yeah, I'm watching the top right now, and it does feel this bounty hunter is bopping them around a little bit. It's kind of even, but look at this, Jinq. He's so scared to just take 1 Janata hit, too.
It hurts, man. Ton of damage.
It does, and gold. You just feel bad. So, tri-lane versus tri-lane, as you said, still going at it. Middle, then we'll take a peek. 15-5 versus 12-6, so the Monkey King is pulling a little bit ahead. Nothing crazy, though.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a nice turnout for Mineski, though, because if you don't have a sentry down in the lane and you're playing this Mirana, he's just going to keep walking up and hitting you. Okay, he did fairy sentries to himself. I was going to say, like, if he doesn't have sentries on that courier, this lane is just over.
Yeah. Because
you need to be able to trade, and you can't trade if he's just invis hitting you with a Janata, because he does way more damage.
Yep. Well, we'll see. Still just getting run out. Oh, there we go. Double Starstorm comes out, and, well, I think he might know there's a sentry down now. But he probably sees Jinq's inventory. He's like, man, he has another one.
Yep, this is good though. This is exactly what you need to do.
Yeah, it's doing. We'll see. So if you're the bounty, do you fly out sentries of your own?
Well, it's either that or you start doing some creep pull shenanigans, or you just play the lane a lot more passively. Like, just pretend you don't have invis, manipulate the creep aggro, try to last hit as best you can, and just recognize that you probably won't win the lane. Yeah. Those are your choices. But if you get into like the sentry war, it gets really hectic. And I mean, Xinq didn't buy his own sentries.
Yeah,
the Mag
obviously.
Bot, so.
Yeah.
So the supports are going to be the ones who suffer for that.
Yep, and here goes KP, gonna go up to hit him, but look at that. He'll just get double star stormed again, and he doesn't have a bottle on the bounty hunter now, especially with the 5-minute runes coming up. We'll have plenty of mana, and you see Pilot Eye and Febby, they're like, nah, these are our bounty runes over here. At least one of them.
XinQ going for some harass, trying to... Well, you got to stop him from getting this. Nice. He has a bottle on KP, so if he had picked up that bounty rune, that's a huge boost for him in the lane. Because right now, like, XinQ's out of regen, so if he had picked that up, got to fill his bottle even one time, he would have had a shrine and, like, a full bottle. That's really big that he gets those runes.
And both of them, we are going to see both top, though, do use their respective shrines. There's a rotation middle. Pilot Eye, level 3. We'll see what happens when he comes out of this banishment. Pilot Eye is going to throw out the slow. They're going to go for it. 2 stacks of Jingu. Make it 3. Make it 4. He's popped. He has Boundless Strike. He's going to turn around. He gets saved. And oh my goodness. Looked like 5 HP away. Doesn't get it. ASD as well takes a ton of damage, but they both live.
And that was close. Too close. Very nice timing on the Boundless Strike on the TP. Just making sure that he didn't get hit by anything else.
Yep, and he gets the extra heal from hitting the target. Pretty good. Meanwhile, top, this is the one. We go back. It's 1v1 because bottom lane, I don't know, it just like dissipated. Now there's just like a Lycan and Ember and like a random Leshrac. Everyone else just running around.
The Ember is getting the worst part of this though, because look at how many denies Ajit has right now. Like 16 denies versus 3. Like, that's a yikes. That's really, really bad for... And they're going to have the Mirana and the OD do some stuff this game. I guess that's the one weakness about Ehome, and why I was kind of saying if Mineski do okay in the lanes, they're going to be fine. It's because you're running a tri-core, essentially. And one of those cores is going to want to hit creeps way more than he's going to want to hit heroes because it's an OD, right? He's going to need items before he does stuff. Mirana is very predicated upon hitting the arrows. Don't hit the arrow, very little impact until you have items as well. So when you win the lanes against these heroes that need time, and you have a Lycan and a Lesh, you're gonna just blow up some buildings. So I'm thinking right now, like even though the Ehome has 1 kill and it's like a slightly less than 1k lead, I'm looking at this level 4 Ember and I'm thinking to myself, okay, this might be rough.
And he went bottle, so it's not like he just straight up. He had to get that side lane bottle, try to help him out, and he's just gonna probably fall further and further behind because Ajit, he's getting close. Wait, does he have it? Oh, he's getting close. Oh.
Top lane.
They're
some
looking.
shenanigans.
Yeah, looks like KP will just escape. XinQ still just tracked down, having a good old time, and there it is. Helm of the Dominator picked up. And oh my goodness, just the right click damage from the creeps and the wolves. They just can't do anything against it bottom lane.
Yeah. It's going to be a rough road.
And middle lane actually still extremely even. 43-7 versus 40-12. Looking at the net worth, OD is ahead. Obviously, probably ferries out less regen, but Monkey King get a roll down bottom. We might see our first big rotation. Or is he just jungling, pulling? Looks like he's stacking, pardon me.
Yeah. He's going for the 2-4-2. Really common build in the mid monkey. Just allows you to farm the jungle really fast. Primal Spring does lots of damage when you scale it, so...
Yeah. Has treads as well. There's an arcane rune picked up from OD, and his ulti's just coming off cooldown. I'm sure he'd love to get an arcane rune ulti off. We'll see. Bottom lane, we talked about it. Oh no. Nice timing by Febby. Ah, shit. They're just going to take this tower, though. You can't do anything, as you said.
Well, for now, Mineski seemed to be pretty happy with the situation. I'm just even going to get the last hit on the tower. Mag? Okay, he does have Skewer. I was going to say he might be in trouble, but...
Yeah, once that level 6 Lycan pops out, that's
Top
scary.
lane?
Top lane, they're going in. Winter Wyvern should get brought down, will heal. Healed quite a bit, even getting helped out a little bit. Pilot Eye nukes. And uh-oh, XinQ's in a lot of trouble. They have the sentry down, but is he going to commit for this? It looks like he wants to. Ooh,
Oh,
will
I
he
didn't
get
get
the
chasing.
hit?
Okay. He was scared of the
Uh-oh.
Fortune's End of
The other way around. This is just a kill, right? Febby's going to die, but we're going to watch the Oracle die. Oh my goodness, there's so many kills happening at the same time. And what happened? ASD kills Febby, Moon kills Mag, so just some supports dying all across the map.
And but KP is really happy with that because, you know, he has track. He's feeling good about it. He even gets the D ward on the sentry, or one of them in lane. There was actually 3 sentries in lane for Ehome. Okay, he gets 2 for 1 special right there. That's value. So only the one left towards where the safe lane tier 1 is for Dire.
And Moon, actually, he ends up going down. I wish I would have seen that, but he does use the ulti on the OD and should have expected that. When that ulti's off cooldown, you don't think about saving it until later in the game, right? Like, you just want to use it. Just get a solo kill, right?
Yeah, it's just like any other ulti for damage. Top lane, Febby.
Nice, yep, there you see it. Does he get the double? He sure does, and, well, he's going to get hit, lose some gold, but you get the kill on Febby with an easy setup, as you said, just Fortune's End into Arrow.
Mineski gonna get, like, all the bounties here.
Yeah, looks like it, all four of you, they do. ASD will pick up the regen rune, but not the best.
This is...
You're
I mean, as time goes
real?
on, I am. Like, I'm looking at this lineup and I'm going, you gave the Lycan, like, the best possible scenario. You did some weird aggro tri-lane, and it kind of worked until the Lesh TP'd, and then Odjit has, like, half as many denies as he ever has CS. That's not good. He's almost got book 1. It's 10 minutes in. You've basically not impeded his item progression at all. Yeah. So he's almost tied with the OD, who's your highest net worth. I mean, the one thing about Ember that is kind of good is he can be fairly proactive once he's 6, even without that many items. That's the hero from Ehome besides, like, obviously you have Oracle and stuff too, and Mag, who can kind of make some plays, but he's going to be the one you're looking at and going, you need to be active and do some stuff, because if not, if things are left as they are, this is going to look like a very different game in like 10 minutes.
Are they going to rotate? Do you just let the Ember maybe go farm top instead, or is he heavy bottom? Because they have a... Dire has 2 normal wards, like, in their own jungle by the lane right here. I'm just curious why they're, like, defending it so hard.
You mean for top lane or mid lane?
Yeah, Dire top lane. Like, they have those 2 wards very similar to each other.
I think they're just really scared of losing tier 1s too quickly. But at the same time, like, double warding like that is a bit redundant. I kind of see where you're coming from, like, putting the vision in that kind of place. Maybe one of them was for the bounty rune.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I just didn't know. I figure, like, if Ember's going up there, right, then he's nice and safe, but you're still just, like, sticking your Mirana up here.
Ehome are really scared of losing towers and then also giving up kills as well. And they know that that's where the objectives are most likely going to lie, is Febby going to get hit by the Fortune's End here. Should be dead.
Yep, nice dodge on the stun. Won't even have to use arrow. Doesn't look like it. Does have 2 leaps left. Oh, no. KP. Oh, it's a bootsless Oracle. He's going to go for the TP, but they melt him down. That's going to be a... I think he actually purged the track at the last second, though.
He might have, but...
I didn't see. Still,
at the same time, Xingqiu arrows the card, so 200 gold for an arrow. It's pretty nice. Yeah. For him, at least. I mean, obviously, the Oracle's not having a great time. Innocence is like, Bounty Hunter and Lycan. That's a bad Oracle game.
Yeah, he's pretty much hoping he can get an ulti off and be useful, right? Or a W up on the Lycan. It doesn't feel like he's going to live very long in fights at all.
Yeah, it's going to be very similar to how we saw SVG play earlier, because he also played Oracle into Lycan. Yeah. And most of the fights revolve around running away from the Lycan and trying to keep yourself alive until Shapeshift wears off. That's more or less how he's going to be playing.
And well, ASD actually goes down bottom. They just run him down. Monkey King ulti as well as that top lane. Possible rotation. They're going to go forward, maybe look for Odjit. No, they're going to find Febby instead. He will dodge the stun with a slight. Nice job, but oh, Mag, got to be careful.
So much damage. Yeah, Edict, really Edict. Oh, close.
Didn't quite get in. You see, even support Leshrac with that level 1 Pulse Nova, insane amounts of damage.
Yeah, it's just incredibly mana efficient. Turning it on costs 70 mana, but then after that, it's 20 mana per pulse, and it's doing 100 damage.
Yeah.
That is like the most mana efficient AoE in the game, bar none. Just after the first pulse, obviously, but
even then, it's
usually
still
when
not
you turn it on, yeah, when you turn it on, you leave it on for at least a few hits.
Hopefully. Oh, middle lane. We're just watching a Mag and an Ember try to farm up. He's going Deso on the Ember Spear, by the way. You like it?
Is that the item, or is he just putting it on there to go back for a Maelstrom?
I don't know, man.
I know a lot of players who will just shift queue an item that they know where it is that takes an item for, like, a Maelstrom, and then just swap it.
Okay.
I've seen it so many times. I mean, he might go Deso. I don't know. It seems a little bit weird, but... Oh, arrow?
Yeah, will hit. Gets healed up immediately. You can't go. This Lycan still has ulti as well. And they got the Wolf. They've got a ton of extra damage on all the creeps now. And you talked about how they want to defend these tier 1s. This is going to be a tough one too, but they are going to bring ASD. He is level 12 with a Kaya and an ulti. He does a lot. Will they throw it out? They sure do, and it's a double. Hammer gets dropped, and actually, ooh, KP will make it out.
Nice defense. Very good for Ehome.
They needed that. Echo Saber is finished on Monkey King. It's in the stash, flying out right now, though. Is Mineski just going to get more out of the map this game? Ehome is up 1,000 gold, but if feels like they have to commit a lot more heroes to defend these tier 1s on Ehome.
They do, but if nothing else is happening in another lane, then it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah,
it's all about the resources that are being allocated on the map. So if Moon's just farming like 2 creep waves and you kill the Lycan, stop a tier 1 push, even if you bring 4 or 5 heroes, you're fine with that if you're Ehome.
Ooh, bottom. Ulti used by Mirana Oracle. Nope. Nope. Gonna see him. Monkey will just jump away though. Top. Anything gonna happen? Looks like Winter's Curse was used on the Ember to slow him down. And they're just all gonna back out. 9-4. Less than 1,000 gold lead for Ehome. Still very close. And that's the one good thing about Empower, right? Your Ember's kind of coming back online now. Level 9 with a bit of gold.
Yeah, that's one of the big reasons why I think he might just go Deso, is because he has the Empower. And you get the bonus damage on the Sleight of Fist as well with the Empower, and like the 160 and its physical is... It's some good synergy, I'll say that much. It's just a little bit unconventional. You know, you don't see first item Deso or second item Deso Ember really ever.
True. It's been a while since we've seen the Mirana played in an offlane too. It feels like Ehome definitely is playing their own style of Dota, which is nice.
Yeah, and the thing is, if the game slows down, it's always going to favor Ehome, every time. I went on the Mineski bandwagon because I saw the opportunity for Lycan to have a good lane, and I figured that good lane transitions into a good game just for, you know, Mineski in general. Sure, the top push didn't work, but they only brought a handful of heroes, right?
Yeah.
The Wyvern and the Lycan were standing way too close to each other. They get RP, they get sanities, they just die. But if the game stalls out, I'm taking Ehome every time.
And dude, this Mirana, I just noticed, Maelstrom, double Wraith, Wand Treads, and has a bottle DD. This hero, I thought she was doing pretty bad top, but it's 16 minutes in, all of a sudden, she's got some items.
Yeah, no, she recovered a lot once they ferried the sentries out to lane.
Yeah. Ooh, just track, alright.
Okay, they dusted him.
They did. He's track plus phase boots. The boy is he's flying.
Yeah, this is a very close game still. Knife's edge, one might say.
Indeed, that's what I would say.
Have you ever said that
I've
before?
never heard that. I don't even know what it means. I've heard of Mirror's Edge.
It just means close. That's all.
Oh, okay. But why?
Because it's like, you know, if it's on the edge of the knife, it could go either way, right?
Oh, yeah, okay, I get it, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very literal translation.
I was about to say, I'm like, yeah, that one sounds, okay, that sounds about right. Top, never end. It looks like he's only got one Mithril Hammer, but it does look like he's going for the Deso here. Do you like so they got a lot of bottles, man. They got a bottle on Mirana, a bottle on Ember.
The Ember one is just a classic Ember item. Getting caught here.
Yeah. KP is here, maybe to do something. He will do a lot of damage, even through the Flame Guard. But should be an easy kill, and it is. It's a solo, too. That gets him a ton of gold. His team was coming up here. They wanted to fight.
Yeah, but he was tracked, unfortunately, so they saw the Moonlight. And they saw the Moonlight debuff, and they're just like, no, we're not fighting this. You know, just get the heck out. It's not good.
Ooh, Innocence. He was smoked up when he placed that ward, so even though Radiant had a ward there, they won't know about that dire one. Which is nice. Uh-oh, Ajit. This is the one problem, like, you know you can kill this Oracle, right? But do you really want to commit an ulti for just an Oracle? Maybe you don't have to. Doesn't look like it. Uh-oh, they might be getting baited in. Good God almighty. KP's already dead. Ajit's going to try to go away. He's going to get the ulti up on himself on the Oracle. Jingu does get pride. He's doing a ton of... Oracle's dead. Stop beating him, please. They're going to try to turn it around. Will he get him? Magnus getting beat up by his own teammate, but it looks like they'll get out. Oracle's not dead. I'm a complete liar. ZinQ goes down, though. They are going to try to find Moon, who gets the kill. They move forward. OD ulti actually whiffs completely. And he dodges some damage, but gets the kill. And okay, OD really wanted that kill on Moon. They will end up getting it, even though he whiffs it. And, dude, I lied. Just never stop hitting an Oracle. I forgot. He had the health potion trick. You just don't kill that
He
hero.
had so much regen on him. He doesn't live there without a potion, though.
Yeah. I love it. Let's see. He's going to buy another one, right? I think Solo's the one who started doing it mostly. You never see him without a health potion. There's no reason to.
Yeah, he
buys
did.
another. Yeah. So if you didn't know...
It's the same thing with Ern, too, so...
Yeah, exactly. And if you didn't know, you're wondering what the hell we're talking about. If you're Oracle ulted and you put a potion on yourself or whoever has it, it doesn't get knocked off. So you get the full 400 heal for free.
Well, technically you get
the bonus. Yeah, the bonus, my bad. Which is insane,
because you get double
right?
the healing effect, and you don't actually take damage during Oracle ulti. That's the interaction. Because you're not taking damage, it doesn't get removed. That's why Ern works. That's why Vessel and healing cells work.
It's good, man. 800 healing for free, pretty much.
Yep.
Pretty damn good. We are going to see another Mirana ulti coming. I don't see a Radiant Ward scouting this out yet, but there's going to be a sentry. They will see the Oracle. Except Oracle sees their wards as well. He doesn't want to counter, though. And Jinq will just take the tower. Dude, that Mirana, they blew up KP so quick, but then the Mirana kind of got blown up pretty bad by Moon as well.
Yeah, the Necro Book chasing him down from Ajit helped a lot in that regard, because it follows you at mana burns and stuff, does a ton of DPS, and also gives the aura. Yeah. So it's pretty tough for the Mirana to stay in the fights. That's why he's going straight for the BKB. I think it's a good choice.
I'm looking at this. It felt like that wasn't a terrible fight for Mineski, but it's a 3K lead now for Ehome.
Yeah. But that's why I said, you stall out the game, Ehome are going to feel good about it. I don't think that Mineski can ever sit and be like, yep, we're good to just farm. That's just not how this one's going to play out.
You feel this Lycan? How are you? It feels like they're being pretty active. They're so scared to fight into like Ehome's team right now.
Ajit needs a BKB, I think, this game. A lot of times, you don't really want to be forced into buying BKB like right after book, because you'd rather buy like Assault or another item like Basher or something like that, Deso even maybe in some games. But in a game like this, where you have to worry about Sanity's Eclipse and dying just in an RP because of just the pure magic damage burst, because Ehome actually have a lot of magic damage. Yeah. Oracle adds a ton between the Purifying Flames and the Fortune's End. You got
Arrow. Ooh, will hit. There you see it.
Nice.
ASD just sets it up. He has the blink. I love it. We've seen this before. It's been a while, but the blink OD with the Mirana, I think actually EG played that at TI. That's when it became big.
Yeah, really, really good setup. Very easy to do. You can't even BKB it if the arrow's timed correctly, because the arrow will be inside of the hitbox of your hero when you come out. There's just no point in which you can BKB it.
Who's over here? It's Monkey King. Doesn't look like he'll get spotted out. We do see pings, though. Dude, I just looked at the OD's net worth. He is up there. And uh-oh, it's another one. Moon, you're just dead. You're actually just dead. And they might find more. They're going to fight. He gets a double ulti up. Ajit gets blown up. Oh, my goodness. Febby as well. Ajit will pop out for one save. A nice ulti from Pilot Eye to save his teammate. And it will save him. Arrow's going to fly through. Oh, splits the wave. That actually looked like it was going to hit both. But Pilot Eye, he's dead. That should end up... Or do you get the heal while you're in there? Looks like you do. And they get him. But Pilot Eye saves. I feel you lose the like in there. You might just lose the game. So he gets a nice save. But they're falling behind now. It feels like the aggression of Ehome is far too much.
Yeah, but it's the triple core, coming online pretty early. I had my doubts about the Ember and the offlane, but just empowers a lot. They're going to find KP here as well, throw out the dust.
Where's he going to pop out? Neither of them know. They're pinging the left. Are they right? They are right. And they just get the kill. They should get a tier 2 tower here once the creeps show up.
I don't know why it works like that, by the way, because you're technically invulnerable.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm like.
While you're in there, so it's really strange that that's the interaction. But hey, it's Dota 2. I'm not gonna think too far into it.
How good? We might see a fight here, actually. Oh my goodness, he times the Boundless Strike perfectly. Magnus is just gonna get blown up because of it. A bad jump in there. ASD is gonna do some damage. Edict popping out. Monkey jumps down. ASD in a lot of trouble. They do get him down. The armor's gonna pop. Will he get hit by one of the Wukongs? He won't. And he'll just make it out. Innocent's trying to run as well. Atos will fly, but the blink away dodge. They will end up getting the kill. And okay. They get two. I mean, it was a lucky Boundless Strike, and it just hits the Magnus, and it works out for him.
I mean, he has buyback, and he still has blink, so...
They're chasing down, though. Hey, this is track gold. And it's a big kill on Jinq. All right. And they're going in for Roche. Look at this. They got a Lycan. They can take this.
I guess they don't want to buy back because they don't have sanities. That's maybe the reason.
Look at this. They're looking to take down this Roche. It's slow. Not too slow, but not too quick either. With the Edict here, that'll help out. And they're just going to slowly do it. Dire.
This was absolutely needed for Mineski. Like, if they didn't get this Roche, this game would have gotten so hard so quickly. Like, that Boundless Strike, clipping the mag, and just all of a sudden being like, oh, okay, well, I guess we just win this fight because he just blinked into a Boundless Strike that he just happened to be throwing out. That was... pretty unlucky, but lucky at the same time for Mineski.
So what do you want to do? If you're Mineski now, you're still 4K down, we know that, but you have an Aegis. Do you just 5-man when Sandy's Eclipse is down, or... I don't know.
I mean,
it still feels tough.
Like, you're not going to hit the right timing at this point, because your timing was Roche, and then when Roche dies, Sanity's is up again, and they're going to have all their abilities in Ehome, so you kind of want to just try to find like a nice smoke pick. Maybe you can use your Bounty Hunter to get some vision, find a nice fight that way. But really, you're waiting for Ajit's BKB. It's going to be real soon. He's got, like another 400 or so, and he'll have it. And then for the Monkey King as well, just needs the recipe. So that's a big timing for them. 10-second BKBs against Ehome, we talked about how they're pretty heavily into magic damage. Yeah. It's going to make a big difference in the fights.
And, well, they're going to move up top. They are smoked on Ehome. They're going to find one. It is going to be KP on the ground. He gets the track off. They can't find him. They tried it, Dust, but he went the other way. Instead, they're going to find Winter Wyvern, but he doesn't bolus. He misses it. It looks like Ehome won't be able to find anyone, so Mineski, they get out. And look at this, KP still hanging around, but he will finally go. So what if you're Ehome, what about the other side of things? You just keep farming, you have this Tricore, you're happy with that?
Yeah, waiting out the Aegis, you know, giving it a little bit of time, finding the right opportunity, making sure they have good vision. Because right now, they're playing around a side of the map where they don't have as many wards. Like, they have one on, like, the close spot or whatever, by where the tier 2 used to be. But the majority of their vision, for now at least, I guess in a couple of seconds, that ward's going to die. But yeah, get vision up, take optimal engagements, try to bring numbers against Aegis. Okay. ASD is just going in hard up here.
He is. There's a banish down under. There's going to be the ulti, and Febby just going to TP out immediately, but the skewer hits. And now ASD, he'll get a kill as well as some extra intelligence. Gets his level 2, 20 talent, my bad, the +2 Sandy's Eclipse multiplier. So even more magic damage.
Yeah, the burst that this hero brings to fights is just insane.
Yeah.
And you also even have the Spell Amp too. So you have 18% Spell Amp just from your double null and your Yashikaya.
Uh-oh, arrow will fly, hits KP, it's a kill. We've seen that now 4 or 5 times. Easy Fortune's End to an arrow. Where's he going? He's looking for a kill, he actually finds him! It's gonna be Moon!
Oh my god.
Are they gonna be able to bring him down though with that Flame Guard? Oh, and he's gonna come in, he's gonna pop his ulti, it won't matter. He's just gonna go down to another right click, and oh, the ulti doesn't stay when you're dead with Aegis. He's just gonna die again, it looks like. Charges the Purge up on ASD, yeah, and they get the kill. And all this build-up, we saw this comeback from Mineski, just kind of goes away right there.
That's why Dota is such a hard game to predict, you know? Because you can look at something on paper and say, okay, you know, theoretically, these heroes hit these timings, and it should be good, you know, if X, Y, and Z happen, but human interaction in the game, and, like, there being 5 different people on each team makes it, like, infinitely complex. Because you look at the Aegis timing, you look at the 10-second BKBs, and you go, man, Mineski are actually really strong right now, on paper. But if they just get picked in, you know, 2 different lanes and a freaking shrine at the same time, then it doesn't matter how strong their 5-man is or their BKB timings, because they're not, you know, utilizing those things correctly. And
yeah, I'm sorry, am I crazy? Why'd KP buy back after he died?
Good question, actually.
Sorry, just like stay on the left side of my screen. I looked at it. Yeah, he just bought back. All right. It's odd. Well, this tier 2.
I mean, maybe he wants to stay with a Lycan because he knows that, you know, Ehome have the potential to push. So if he's staying with the Lycan and he's providing vision, it's going to allow Ajit to do more.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like maybe that's the one reasoning. Because if these two are up here, you can't freely push in bottom if you're Ehome. You don't hit towers that well. You got an OD, an Ember, and a Mirana. These heroes are not spectacular siege heroes by any stretch of the imagination.
And look at this item on Ember. We've got a Drums, Deso, Scotty, Blink, Ember. I just can't believe how farmed he is first off, but little different items, and KP's just going to TP out of top.
Yeah, I really like this Ember build, because you don't really want to build BKB against Mineski's team if you're not like Mirana, right? Because you don't care about the Necro Book as much. You have mobility and stuff. Scan's going to hit here on a move.
They're going to find one. Will they get Moon? He pops his BKB. He will get Jingu. Does he have an ulti up? He does. He doesn't want to use it quite yet. Never End. He's so tanky. He gets Fortune, and there will be an ulti. It hits 2. He's going to skewer 1 uphill. It's going to be Febby. Never End gets the monster kill. Pilot Eye's dead. Innocence is dead. The Monkey ult is zoning pretty well. Aw, shit, he's waiting. ASD will get the blink. Ulti goes, but everyone's BKB. Never End chasing. Looking for Ajit. KP double damage. Does a lot. Boundless Strike hits. This is going to be a dead OD. Puts himself under. Not dead quite yet. Does he have his blink up? He did, but he just won't blink, and he will die. They get the kill on Moon as well. Shin-Q doing so much damage. They blow up everyone. What the hell?
That damage
Shin-Q
output,
from
man.
nowhere. 3 lightning procs and a Never End. Dude, the Scotty really pays off there. He was at like 400 HP the entire fight.
Yeah, the Scotty Deso plus the Empower. He still had the Empower. They were standing right on top of each other, two melee heroes. They get searing chains next to each other, like you mentioned, the lightnings, and they just evaporate. That fight was really strange, because they got like an RP, but the hero was BKB. Like, Moon popped his BKB at the start, and I thought it was a Dire scan. The hit was actually Radiant scan.
Oh.
Yeah, it was Mineski scan. I was like really confused for a second. Like, wait a minute, what? Why did they scan like that? But it was actually Radiant, so they knew that they were on top of the hill. They wanted that fight.
And Monkey King's ult was good. It felt like ASD getting that first blink away from the Lycan really screwed him over there.
Yeah, it did. And the reason why he didn't blink the other time is because turn times.
Okay.
Because if he blinks forward, he dies, right? Like, no matter what, he's just going to die. If he tries to turn, that's one thing too. Like, if you play like Puck or whatever and you're trying to blink out of your phase shift, you always want to be facing the direction that you're going to blink to, because turn time will get you killed. Some abilities do damage in such quick instances that you can't blink in time if you turn. So you got hit that way.
Q, the BKB, finishes up the Mjolnir as well, looking at everyone's items. Left Shrek going for the BKB as well. Is there any item that really turns us around for Mineski now?
I mean, they have their BKBs. It's more just about like taking a more coordinated fight. Like, their heroes got separated, and they brought a hero up to the high ground and like isolated him, and then later on in the fight, obviously the Ember like living through the whole thing in the first place was really bad for them. Him just being able to stay alive. Now, smoke here for Mineski. They're looking for something.
They're going to find... Oh, there's going to be an ulti. They're going to try to hold down the Miranda. They're going to look for anyone else. Will they find him? They find the Magnus. He won't go down. He's going to try to get away. BKB popped by Q. He leaps the other way. He's trying. He just wants to put out damage. Can't quite do it. Innocence goes down as well to 2 for 0. He's going to ulti. He hits onto 2. Never ends here. Can he cleave? One of them actually gets put under the Monkey King. He's going to be fine. Godlike gets popped. KP dies. There goes Febby as well. This Ember Spirit is just melting people right now. Pilot die. He's trying to escape. Will he make it? Looks like he will. A put under, though. Moon. Another blink by Ember. Gets hit by Boundless, but it won't matter.
Whew. This game, man. Ehome showing that they are on it today, man. I don't know if they like ate their Wheaties this morning or something, but this team looks way better than yesterday.
They do. And they ended up... It was Mineski they played yesterday when they lost, right? Yeah, this is the rematch, yeah.
Yeah, it's the rematch.
And, yeah, they do. They just look a lot better. They're drafting. I mean, I don't even know if their drafting looks better, but it works out for them, right? They're doing their own thing. They're not just copying.
Yeah, no, it's definitely working.
Yeah.
That's one really cool thing about having players who play like off-meta picks, like Q. He plays like the Queen, the Mirana, these like kind of heroes you don't see a lot. Is people don't necessarily forget what they do, but they forget how they can impact the game. And wait, okay, he just died under his tier 4s, I guess.
Yeah, never, and made it out. I thought he was going to die too. I was worried, but he has a full day list now. Is it just over? It's not just over, but it's feeling bad. This Ember is so jacked now. He's the most farmed by 1,000 gold after that start.
Yep, Empower freaking Ember, man. Telling you, later the game goes, it gets ugly.
And he's looking. He's just going to hit the racks. Ooh, didn't have the vision, the detection of him.
The hilarious part is him being like 20k net worth in a 32-minute game. Look at how slow he takes the racks. Yeah. That's the thing about Ember. They're always like...
Even with Deso.
Yeah, well, he seems really good in these fights, but man, when he hits a building, that's a yikes.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Magnus just farming. Has a Force Blink as well.
Ooh, Orchid. Orchid Lycan.
You like him?
No Dispel on the Ember, so he's going to pretty much rely on Innocence saving him. Alternatively, you could just go on the Oracle and just munch him for free.
We'll see. Looks like they might want to take a fight. They're smoked. Ajit actually, uh-oh, they know where they're at. Ajit breaks his smoke. Sentry goes down. They see the wolves. Monkey gonna jump down, gonna go for Innocence. Will he pop ulti? He sure does. He's gonna try to heal himself up. Hasn't used the healing potion. Will now. They're coming on from the backside. Never end. He's trying to do some damage. He actually does get south. There's gonna be a wasted ulti by the Magnus. Oh shit, running forward. BKB is getting a little bit lower, but it won't matter. He skewers over. Is this just a dead fight? No, they're blinking. Oh no, Moon is by himself. He is just gonna die. It looks like they're right-clicking him through the BKB. They do on the backside. Q still alive. Finally drops. Never end gets another kill. KP gonna die as well. And it's a beatdown. And he's gonna get the hex. Ooh. Doesn't get his orbs off. It was an Orchid. Nice play. And
he still has sanities as well.
Yeah, he does. There's gonna be an A-Toad. They're so scared. They have to know he hasn't used the ult.
Yeah, this is really... You can look at him, man. He's just like, I want it so bad.
Yeah, we'll just get one hit. Monkey King has ulti as well, a rough death there. Okay, are they gonna hit the buildings? We'll see.
The thing is, Moon doesn't have BKB right now, because he popped it like right before he died when he was fighting at the shrine, so even if he goes in, it's really tough.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna go. They got the Orchid. This is gonna be tough. The OD will finally get saved by the Oracle. He has the ulti. He's gonna throw it out, and they all drop. GG out of the game. Damn, he got that one hit, got the 20 intelligence, and he just blew him the F up.
That was like a sleight of fist from Never End at the same exact time as the Samus came out. And everyone on Mineski just went, boop, just exploded.
And then
Good God.
Yeah, we talked about it. The little bit different draft, the Tricore, the Mirana safe laned, the tri-laned Ember. We were worried about it at first because this Lycan was insanely farming, but they just never came online, it didn't feel like.
Yeah, their lineup required a bit of a higher level of execution to make work, I think, in this game. I don't think it was impossible for them to win, but when you have the Lycan getting all that kind of free farm and stuff, and you're like owning this Ember in lane, and it feels really good. If it goes to like 30 plus minutes, any hero with a mag that's melee is going to be able to recover, right? So that part of it was kind of why I was always saying, hey, if the game stalls, Ehome are probably going to win, because they hit creeps that much more efficiently. They still have BKB piercing disable with the mag. They have a save in the Oracle, so even if you're able to get like a Winter's Curse on someone, you can save them even at that point. It was just, you know, after watching the game play out, I feel like it was actually much harder for Mineski than I had originally anticipated. I feel like they had to play almost flawless.
Yeah.
So
I gotta say one thing. I'm not a fan of Bounty Hunter. I've watched it now. Roger,
like
KP, Pasha. I've seen it played core as well as that. I don't know. It just feels like it's such a one-dimensional hero. Like, right, he went 5 and 6 in a game where he was just his 3 kills. He ran down Oracle. Like, what did he actually do that game?
I mean, it's a good point. Like, he had a good lane. They started off, and Xingqiu was solo top, and he pretty much had like 2 or 3 free creep waves. And then, as soon as the Mirana bought sentries, his game just kind of went down the tubes. I don't know. Maybe you're onto something. Maybe Bounty's not the hero.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a fan. He was first pick though, but guess what? We had to have. Oh, pardon me. I'm choking here. We have at least one more game left. Mineski versus Ehome. If Mineski takes one game, guess what? We're gonna be at 1-1 at game 3 to decide who's in the winners bracket. So stick around when we get back.